Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome. It's the first episode of a show I'm going to be doing. I'm calling it the CSL something. I don't know because that's the end of the URL of my YouTube channel. I haven't decided what it means yet, but I'll come up with it somewhere along the way. It was a stupid way to come up with it. The first initial of my last name is C, and we were laughing about how Kim Jong Un is the supreme leader and how he calls himself the supreme leader and how absolutely ridiculous that is. That's where we got the SL. I don't know. We'll Google it, find out what it means, come up with some clever meaning, and never discuss how we actually came up with it again. Moving on, this is just going to be a random show where I talk about crap that you guys asked me online. I asked, like, hey guys, what would you like me to talk about? And then you guys responded, and now we're here. Moving on, I'm going to get into the topics. I hope you guys enjoy the show. It's the only intro I'm ever going to do to this. I just kind of want to get the precursor of what I'm doing out of the way. So with that being said, I'm going to stop this recording and carry on with the next one. Hope you guys enjoy it. Peace. Hey, what's going on, guys? So I got a list of topics here. I'm going to do like a show, see how long it goes. Hopefully the target is around like 15 to half an hour. Hopefully that'd be a nice length to get to. So welcome to the first episode. These are a bunch of questions you guys asked me online, and we'll get right into it. So not really questions you guys asked me, but more along the lines of topics. You're like, hey, talk about these. So that's what I'm going to do. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, somewhere I lost count already. My handwriting sucks so much. I got a few topics. Hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, so first one asked, I don't know who asked, I didn't write down the names, forgive me. Shower curtain, wow. Shower curtains. That's a horrible way to get into it, but hey, what the hell, right? So you guys wanted me to talk about shower curtains? I think they're a great invention. I mean, they protect my privacy while I'm I'm cleansing myself of my inner sins. I think they're great. They're among the best inventions ever. Somewhere along the lines with the light bulb, the internet, the computer, insulin, life support. I think it's somewhere along those lines. It's incredible, and of course that does not count with the ones that impede upon my personal space, like those really tight showers where the shower curtain decides to ride up your leg. That's always uncomfortable, and I feel like my privacy is being breached. So they do the exact opposite, really. But you give and take some, right? You gotta get a little bit of bad out of everything good. Shower curtains overall, though, I think they're great. Who wants to take a shower in the open? It's cold. No one likes a draft. Personally, I like to close mine all the way, open the window in the shower, keep the cold air flowing in. I know that's the exact opposite of what I just said. I kind of like the draft staying in there while in the warm water. It's like heaven. Yeah, so personally, I think they're the best thing that ever happened to the planet. Seriously, I think they may very well surpass the planet itself in just total awesomeness. The next one you guys want me to talk about, let's see, feminism. Well, shoot. Now, before I get in, this is something I don't feel strongly about at all, but I'm going to set this up right away. I'm completely for equal rights. That's totally, absolutely, yeah. That's, welcome to the 21st century. That's what we're in now, right? 21st? Yeah. Welcome to the 21st century. That's how it should be. But I'm just going to assume you're talking about the feminists that are not for equal rights and are for the exact opposite, like the 1920s were, 1930s, somewhere in that era, but the other way around. Now, you see those people in, like, the girl with the red hair there, everyone's seen that video, right, where she's just a complete ass and yelling at the camera. Those people, that's what I'm assuming this person's asking me about. I really don't like those people. I really don't. They drive me insane. I mean, you can feel strongly about something, but don't be a complete and utter ass about it. And when you're wrong, don't just keep rubbing it in my face and not admit your wrongness. Seriously, those are the worst kind of people. All for equal rights, but you gotta be equal with it. And that, like, you see those videos or whatever of people inside, like, equal rights talks or meetings, whatever, at a university, and then the feminists throw like a frickin' bash outside the door where they're all screaming through megaphones and yelling about and just protesting the equal rights thing going on, and like that happened recently at a university, and it's ridiculous. I mean, and then they pull the fire alarm, like what's going on? And it's always in Canada too. It was in Montreal like 2 weeks ago. Is the one I'm talking about. There was one in Toronto like a few years ago with that girl with the red hair. I don't know why it's always in my country. I mean, we're good with most things. We don't have the most screwed up government ever, but it's always the feminists here. I don't know why. That's I just, again, all for equal rights, but you cannot. That's got to be going both ways here. There's two sides to that coin. Next one. Who do you hate most? Well, who do you hate most? I just went over this. Feminists are definitely one of them, but it's not only feminism, but the people who are like them about a certain topic. I mean, like you see that news anchor on the American TV. She's not up here, but what's her name? Nancy Grace. Her people like her that feel so strong. I saw an interview with her, right, and she's talking to someone, and I forget what it was about, and she's like, "Listen here, Tom," and she's just all up in his face and will not listen to reason, even though when she's completely and utterly wrong about what she's talking about, and her facts are completely screwed up, and she's just being a complete like idiot. I don't even know. Those kinds of people drive me insane. That's the one thing. That's why, in general, I don't like working with other people because most people in the world are great, but there's always those people that are just total assholes, and I would not be able to work with them. I lose it. I wouldn't be able to take it. All right, so I'm just going to move on to the next one here. Anti-vaccine movement. So this is actually a thing. There is such thing as an anti-vaccine movement. I cannot believe this is a thing. I guess I don't know what it is exactly. I'm going to have to research it. Like, well, screw that. I don't need to research this. I'm just going to go off the top of my head about what I think it is. And the little bits about it I know. This is pretty much a movement where parents and some like A-list celebrities are saying you should not vaccinate your children or yourself because it's bad. I don't know whether it's a religious thing or whether it's just they think it causes other diseases or disabilities along the line. I don't really know, but it's completely stupid. They're like, I don't understand. But I digress. I just don't know. I don't know why people would not vaccinate their children for a disease. Like, we cured polio and we didn't cure polio, but we've eradicated it pretty well. Smallpox, completely gone because of vaccines. If we completely took this out, we'd all be dead. And you know what? Maybe, I'm just going to say this, maybe if we let them not vaccinate themselves, take a couple for the team and the world would be a better place. That's all I'm saying. If they don't want to vaccinate themselves, that's their issue. I just think they're completely and utterly stupid, and that's the worst thing to ever happen. I don't know how those people. Hey, you know what? You feel strongly about something, go ahead, as long as you don't hurt anyone else. If you're trying to take like vaccinations out of schools, that's an issue. Don't impede yourself upon other people's rights. But hey, if you know what, go ahead, shoot. Maybe you shouldn't be getting the vaccinations. I don't know. I just think it's stupid. And moving on to the next one, I got the school system here. But quickly, I'm going to go back to the anti-vaccine thing. There was someone, you know what I was talking about, impeaching your beliefs on someone. There was some sort of trip at my school, and it was canceled because of some lady preaching in the lobby of our school about how she didn't believe in whatever they were going to go see, and it got canceled, and people got fired just because this lady, and she's like preaching to a bunch of kids. It's ridiculous. I don't know. Onto the school system. I'm just going to go with the Western world school system, like where I'm from, Canada, the U.S., that sort of area, maybe the U.K. I don't know if it's any different there, but Canada and U.S., they're pretty much the same thing. I mean, I think it's completely and utterly stupid. I'm sure someone said this, but the first one, I'm going off on a tangent. I don't know what I'm talking about. Completely ignore the last 10 seconds. I'm pretty sure someone said this before him, but the first person I saw say it was like Neil Patrick. What's his name? Is it Neil Patrick? I don't know. I forget this. The guy who does Cosmos. God, I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. I just lost it. Anyways, him, I'm going to have to Google it. You guys know what I mean. He said that this reason students cheat on exams is because they value the marks more than they value learning. And that is completely true. I think the school system is completely just stupid. And I don't know why it's a thing. They need to change it, definitely, but of course this is coming from a mind of a high school kid, right? So every high school kid says that, but I mean it's true and you can't deny it. It's moved off of the aspect of learning and it's moved more towards memorization of things a lot of people won't need. I mean, there's some people out there that they're not going to need math. I mean, most people need math. Let's go with a different one. They're not going to need, what's a mandatory class? I don't know. Let's say at your school there's a mandatory cooking class. Not everyone's going to need... All right, maybe you need that. I can't think of a good example, but let's just go with math. Maybe not everyone needs that. You should focus on teaching and having the children learn about what they think they're going to do well in. I mean, some people weren't built for math. Me, I am god awful at numbers. Anything to do with numbers, math, chemistry, physics. Chemistry's got numbers in it. Chemistry's the worst of them all, actually. I can't handle them. It's not built for me, and obviously I'm going to stick with it because it's what the world's based on. But I can't. I don't know. I just it should really focus more on what the kid's good at and then teaching them that instead of making them memorize things that they won't need. And they should focus more on having the child like it. I mean, right now, school is a place of despair no one wants to be, not only because it's boring, because it has a constant level of stress impeding on your brain, and it's like that constant thought of, I need this or I'm going to fail in life. And I don't think it should be that way. It should set you up for what's really coming and focus on what you're good at so you can excel on that area of life. So, the next topic, spiders, yes or no? I had to kill one just prior to this, actually. I understand that they're good for like eating bugs or mosquitoes or flies or whatever invertebrate you're talking about. They're the worst thing that happened in this world. Now I know I said that earlier about almost every single topic, but these ones take cake. Spiders, I hate them. I've jumped out of a plane. It doesn't scare me. What does are those 8-legged, less than a centimeter long, crawly things. Oh, I hate them so much with a passion. I don't care what they're good for. Get rid of them. And someone tell them that there's more bugs outside than inside my house, especially not on my bed while I'm sleeping. And I saw someone do a video where they explain like how many spiders crawl in your mouth a year, and I'm never gonna get that back from me, really. I think it's the worst thing to ever happen. Spiders. They need to go. They need to leave me forever. And they need to never, ever come back. And, like, I come from a place where there's no, like, poisonous anything. No poisonous spiders, snakes, anything. I'm from Canada. It's probably the safest place in the world besides, like, the Baltic, Norwegian area, northern Europe, you know. Other than that, it's probably Canada. I mean, there's not much to worry about here. I mean, bears and moose. I've never seen a bear or a moose. Let me explain Canada to some of you who don't know. Like 25 million people live in the area the size of New York. That's actually not true, I don't think, but just go with me here. A lot of people live in a very small area, that little spot that goes down next to Maine and Vermont and New York and all that. Almost everyone lives there, and then in a select few cities across the country. And like 90-something% of the population lives within 100 miles or 160 kilometers of the U.S. border. No one lives up in that northern part. No one gets to see moose and bear every day. I don't know if it's mooses. There's no plural of that. It's kind of like platypi. That's what I'm going to call it, platypi. Barely anyone lives up there, and I've never seen a polar bear in my life. I don't plan on it because they're kind of scary, I'm not going to lie. And that's just gave me a new idea for a topic because I'm running low. I'm just going to write that down on my paper. Global warming. Give me a second. But yeah, that's what I think about spiders. They're horrible. They're not even poisonous here. I'm still terrified of them. And they need to go forever. North Korea. I'm just going to go on about this because they're an interesting place, and I kind of want to visit there for that reason before it falls, because it's kind of cool. It's not cool. It's a horrible thing how they live there, but I mean they're completely set off from everyone else, and they're just by themselves. And let me tell you this: the official name for their country is the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about North Korea, it's definitely not democratic, considering there's been 3 dictators, and they're all family. Kim Il-sung is dead. He's the original one after the Soviets took it over. Kim Jong-il is now dead, and his son took over, Kim Jong-un, who's kind of insane. Well, they all were, actually, but this guy's definitely really insane. So yeah, and China just had their contingency plan leaked or whatever for if North Korea falls, and hopefully they don't react too heavily to that, because if North Korea gets in a war with China, well, it's not going to end well for them. I feel sorry for those innocent people who have been brainwashed. Also that, but the leader actually calls himself the Supreme Leader. Like that it's actually a thing. Kim Jong-un calls himself the Supreme Leader. I guess that's the title. That's what they all did. It's a bad place, but he kind of makes me want to start my own dictatorship just to be able to call myself the Supreme Leader. Like, if I ever run a company, I'm calling myself Supreme Leader, not CPO, founder, or CPO, CEO, founder, president, anything like that. I'm calling myself the Supreme Leader. Let's be honest. That's my North Korea, and I just wrote down global here. I meant global warming, so I'm just going to continue writing that down. So let's go to global warming. Now, recently there's been reports, I guess, about the sea level rising real high. Now, this is a bad thing. Of course, all the polar ice caps are melting, which really don't affect me at all. And as much as we want to say it's a bad thing, up here where I am, it's kind of cold in the winter. Really cold, actually. It doesn't feel like global warming because that goddamn polar ice whatever came down and ruined everyone's day. Winter, actually, like an entire 8 months here. It was cold. And I'm going to explain something real quick. I'm going to get off topic about what happened maybe a month ago here. It went up to 27 degrees Celsius where I am. And that's pretty hot. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. Actually, I'm going to Google it right now because I can. 27 Celsius to Fahrenheit is 80.6 degrees Fahrenheit. It's hot, right? And the next day it snowed. I literally am not kidding. It went from 27 Celsius, 80.6 degrees Fahrenheit, to snowing -4 or -6, something like that, which is what's -6 Celsius. I'm going to Google it again. -6 is 21.2 Fahrenheit. It's below the freezing level. It freaking snowed after being like a beach day. Anyways, global warming doesn't feel like, well, I mean, that weather's odd, so that's global warming, but with the whole polar ice, vortex, whatever it is this winter, it doesn't feel like global warming is really having that much of an effect. Anyways, the sea levels are rising, polar ice caps are melting, and I live in the middle of a giant landmass. Well, not in the direct middle, but I'm nowhere near an ocean, so, I kind of like the ocean when I'm there. So, if it could move in to land a bit, move right on to the shore of my city and then stop, that'd kind of be a cool thing, get to go swimming. It'd be kind of awesome. Yeah, that's a horrible thing to say, actually, because I think I want to go live in Miami. That seems like the right place to live. I mean, it's in the Western world. It's warm. It's on pretty much the Caribbean Ocean. It's nice. It's always hot, and I think Miami's probably the best place to live. I mean, like, Florida's a really weird place, but it's worth it for the warmth. Miami would be gone if there was global warming. The entire Florida would be gone, which, I mean, sometimes you got to take one for the team, kind of like the anti-vaccine people. If Florida goes, maybe it'd lead to a better future for a certain country below us. Florida's kind of an odd place. Sorry, Floridians, but it's true. You guys are really weird. I don't know. It's a horrible thing. The more the sea levels rise, the more fish in the sea is better for me, because God knows I'm gonna be alone. What? No, I didn't say that. Anyways, that sounds good for this episode. I'm out of topics, and catch you guys later. And I'm just gonna sit here and carry on for the next 10 seconds so I can say it was 17 minutes long, and then boost the you get the idea. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be back next episode with my blatant sarcasm and asshole personality and horrible microphone. I need a new one. Anyways, see you guys later. Peace.